In a traditional classroom, students spend thousands of hours memorizing formulas and dates to pass written exams. Yet, when they graduate, many still struggle to navigate basic real-world obstacles. Living well as an adult requires a completely different set of capabilities. You must generate income, handle complex relationships, and solve problems actively under pressure. Instead of measuring success by a standardized test, the ultimate proof of your capability is the creation and defense of a future-ready startup and personal life plan. To execute this plan, you need exactly 4 tools: a specific real-world problem, a generative AI tool, a blank budgeting spreadsheet, and a structured presentation format. If you can construct a functioning business model from scratch and defend it publicly, you possess the skills necessary to navigate the modern economy. Memorizing textbook definitions cannot replicate that level of practical readiness. Step 1 in building this plan actually starts with your physical baseline. Before you write down a single idea, you must master a strict 30-second breathing technique and correct your physical posture. Next, you use artificial intelligence as a strategic mentor. The user prompts the system to generate exactly 3 practical, technology-driven solutions to that chosen problem. This strategy deploys AI as an engineering assistant. It forces the technology to build a framework, which is entirely different from the common trap of using software to secretly write essays or cheat on theory tests. Forcing the tool to output actionable, real-world strategies forces you out of the role of a passive software consumer. You become the active architect of the solution. A creative idea is useless if it cannot survive the rigid, mathematical constraints of the real world. Now, we have to map out the financial reality of the AI's proposed solution. This diagram outlines the 4 financial categories you must complete to build a viable budget: assets, liabilities, startup costs, and projected income. Writing down the dictionary definition of an asset will not help you here. You have to plot out the physical servers, software subscriptions, and specific tools actually required to launch your project. Injecting researched market numbers into these columns immediately tests your plan. Every cost and projected revenue dollar shifts the balance, forcing your abstract idea to prove it can survive financially. Pushing your concept through this brutal financial filter is what separates a daydream from a functioning enterprise. The final assembly phase brings these pieces together. You must synthesize your AI-generated solution and your strict financial budget into a coherent 3-minute presentation. Delivering this pitch requires specific physical actions: standing fully upright, maintaining direct eye contact, and projecting confident spoken English. By deploying the breathing and stress management techniques we established in Step 1, you keep your nervous system calm. That biological control allows you to abandon your written script entirely. Standing before an audience and articulating a complex technical and financial plan from memory requires immense discipline. It represents the highest form of communication mastery. This brings us to the ultimate testing environment. You stand in front of a room of parents and peers who will actively interrogate and question every aspect of your business model. You have moved step by step, identifying a raw problem, engineering a solution with AI, budgeting the mathematical reality, and finally, defending it in public. This requires a holistic application of logic, health, and finance. Filling out multiple choice bubbles on a standardized test requires only memory. The Next Generation Innovative Education Space developed the 30-day Life Skills Bootcamp specifically to provide this exact framework of practical independence. A complete education prepares you for adulthood. It must be measured by your measurable ability to survive, build, and lead in the modern economy, rather than your capacity to memorize the past.